I realized something about the selfie generation. Another thing very interesting someone brought to my attention. Besides, well, we'll talk about it in a more not negative, but a more like kind of selfish way. We'll talk about the selfish because this is the funny stuff. This is the cynical stuff. One of the other things was the attitude. Like the attitude. It's there's a level of like, if you like everything, right, and if you post a like on everything, and then you don't really, not only do you not back that up in cases where you haven't even asked for a not like button, or like a, and it's not. It's like, I feel like they want to cut down the way they use this unit, or the way they use the computers. I feel like they want to cut down on negativity, which I agree with. So, just kind of implying that there's a not like button, then it makes it kind of interesting. I don't know how to explain what I want to, I guess, get from this, because I have a personal want and understanding with this, and it's all positive stuff. It's not negative at all. There's a really great tool. There's a really great thing about the selfie idea and the selfie generation, and to me that's the love letters from space to yourself, Blade Runner Jr. kind of shit. Like, that's the good stuff. That's the one where it really, really shines and it makes it amazing. But the other stuff is you could say pearls for swine, but I'm going to stop you there, because you can't even say that. There's a point where we have to really, really put things under advisement, really acknowledge certain aspects of life that are not being acknowledged and they're not being followed. So therefore, those types of actions and those types of actions aren't being used in life. And to acknowledge things, to realize that there's another way, and there's another way into your systems and like what you do and how you can live and still be you without entirely changing. Because being asked to change is like pulling teeth, and pulling teeth and changing is the worst kind of person, because then you're not really a person and you're not really a thing that you're supposed to be. But you've done it. There's no compromise. The compromise is an illusion. You can't compromise anything. You have to always be you. On terms of like moral issues, that's just the difference between the balance and right. Not a man or a mankind's idea of what right is. It's different. You're interfering with other people's lives when you hurt them or kill them, and then those things should never be dealt with on that level. It's all expression. It's all art. It should all be done at an expressive, artistic level. So war is a very interesting place. It's telling of the people, or when we're coming to be into war, don't take all the politics and all the things aside that you feel maybe is a reason or some sort of commodity or something. Put those all aside. The people are doing this, and if we were more artistic and we were more understanding, and there was more of a 200 years of peace, then we would be celebrating and artistically growing towards working together as people instead of fighting together as people. So there's the parallel opposite. And I believe that the generation that comes next, in order to not just stay as an uncivilization of sand that is left behind, we have to work together. We have to work together as a people, and we have to work together in a way where we achieve something that's never been achieved before, so that we know, or that we know of, I mean. But I'm saying so that we know, kind of jumping the gun. So that we know we can achieve this. So we know we can exist in this type of present future that's preserved for the good of all things, for the good of the whole. And it really is. If you take everything and you look at it as a game and a joke, and you look at it as something we're supposed to celebrate and have fun with and ideas, well, then you'll see that there's a lot more to all the things that are actually going on. And once you could start to see through that illusion, then you'll start to see a lot less and less of the things you don't want to see. And that's the truth of it. And that's where Pearls of Swine really comes in, and it's kind of a jab I don't like. Because it kind of leaves people behind. I don't believe in leaving people behind, even in a subconscious sense. Because you can look at the subconscious, but you can look at it as if you exist truly in your consciousness, and you see what you see through the energy of your heart. It allows your filters and your eyes to adjust and see this illusion the way you see it. And then all of these actions and reactions all are encompassing of what's going on, and all the acts going on around you that are basically a gigantic symbol of what you represent as that person in that moment, in a sensory way. You could take a picture of it. You could painting. That's why the pictures are very important. That's why the pictures are very important to other cultures that believe it takes their soul. I don't disagree with what they mean, but I don't agree with what they mean, because you can never let the tellings of the times put us to limits or bring you to limits. You have to find a way to undo that, to dispel that type of that type of superstition. And that's the thought.